very worried about the humanitarian problem in Gaza. We see a lot of starving children. We want to make sure they get food. So we got to get food to the neediest people. We've also got to make sure that Hamas gets the hell out of Gaza and lets the food come into that terrible, terrible situation.
I'm looking for getting people fed right now. For me, that's the number one position, because you have a lot of starving people. You have people that, the United States recently, just a couple of weeks ago, we gave $60 million.
We'll be helping with the food. We have a lot of access to food. We got a lot of food ourselves, and we're going to bring it over there. We're also going to make sure that they don't have barriers stopping people. You've seen the areas where they actually have food, and the people are screaming for the food in there. They're 35, 40 yards away, and they won't let them because they have lines that are set up. And whether they're set up by Hamas or whoever, but they're very strict lines, so we have to get rid of those lines. We can save a lot of people. I mean, some of those kids that's real starvation stuff. I see it, and you can't fake that. So we're going to be even more involved.
Then there was the subject yesterday that came up of Israel and the conflict in Gaza, the Gaza Strip, as President Trump reminds us. And President Trump breaking with Bibi Netanyahu, J.D. Vance coming out as well. So Netanyahu said, and has been saying over and over and over, that there's no starvation in Gaza. And yet every single day on social media and mainstream media, there are a slew of images that come out, and new images every single day, about what's happening in, particularly it seems to be in these camps, in these refugee camps that were set up early on. Human Events Daily covered this in great detail when the war began, talking about how displacement camps were set up so that military operations by the IDF could take place within the Strip itself, going after Hamas. It is these refugee conditions and these displacement camps that have come under fire, and where the starvation conditions now, as President Trump has said, these are exhibited. And the question of aid and food, here's what it all comes down to, folks. You don't have to be pro-Israel or pro-Hamas to be pro-humanity, okay? You don't have to come in and say all of this and all of that. But what you do want to be able to say is it's war. The war is what's driving all of this. That's what's clear here. And the best way to end all of this is to get an endpoint for that war. A ceasefire, and then some way of brokering a peace deal so that the civilians can get the help they need. This is the same problem that America ran into in the global war on terror. They completely ignored the issues with the populace while focusing on, we have to have mission accomplished in George W. Bush style policies. And you look what's happening now. America's support for foreign wars has cratered. America's support and American support for Israel has now cratered. And in fact, there's only a slight majority support for Trump's handling of the Israel-Hamas conflict right now. And with Gen Z, it is absolutely crashing.